In February 2020, Emanuel Navarrete stepped into the ring to defend his WBO super bantamweight title against Santisima in a high-stakes clash. Heading into this fight, Navarrete was already building a reputation as one of Mexico's most ruthless champions. He wasn't your clean and technical boxer who wins rounds with precision alone. Instead, he was a long and gangly pressure machine who threw punches from weird angles, switched rhythms mid-exchange, and broke opponents down with pure volume. The expectation from this fight was the same. Navarrete would push forward, drown Santisima in volume, and eventually force the stoppage. But Santisima wasn't flying to Mexico just to survive the storm. The Filipino challenger brought real danger with him, thanks to sharp timing, compact counters, and a belief that one clean shot could completely flip the fight on its head. He wasn't intimidated by Navarrete's chaos. In fact, he looked like a man willing to walk through fire if it meant landing something meaningful in return. For Santisima, this was the opportunity of a lifetime to shock the world. But for Navarrete, it was just another night to prove that stubborn aggression was still enough to break elite resistance.
World title on December 8th of 28. It's funny there are world champions in this modern era of the sport.
But in most cases, when you're fighting at the highest level, 2, maybe 3 times a year is probably the right antidote.
He also roughed him up down the stretch of that fight to the point where he scored a TKO, did Navarrete, in the 12th round when he had the rematch against the man that he took the belt from.
That was nice of him giving him a rematch.
Well, the outcome wasn't nice.
No, the outcome was brutal for Dog Day. Of course, we have the ultimate rematch tonight with Wilder and Fury, the first rematch in heavyweight history between undefeated world champions.
Santisima is also a guy he rarely takes a step backwards. He doesn't mind fighting. He's a two-fisted fighter who likes to hit the body when given the opportunity. He's yet to find his range, so he hasn't thrown very many punches at this point.
Only to continue on stage and after the scale with the barbs that were thrown.
I guess that was the alternative, since they couldn't really see each other face to face or get as close as they normally would at a weigh-in. So I guess that was the alternative.
Yeah, that was the decision made after Wednesday's news conference.
Yeah, continual gamesmanship from both of them.
That's something we're going to talk about as the evening goes on, the gamesmanship between Wilder and Fury. For now, round number 2 of this WBO 122-pound championship fight. Santisima in the darker trunks, the challenger from the Philippines. He threw 19 punches in that first round. Navarrete threw 62 and landed 18 of them. .29% connect percentage for Navarrete.
I think Navarrete is fighting the right game plan right now. Very patient, not allowing Santisima to get settled, because when he gets settled and he gets comfortable, like I said before, he'll allow both hands to fly. He'll hit to the body, he'll hit to the head. He's very, very aggressive, so you got to touch a guy like that. You have to give him subtle movements, and Navarrete's doing that right now. He's being very patient.
There's Santisima, as he was able to land that right hand. Start to see in the background there the crowd filling in here at the Grand Garden Arena. Show you all the celebrities as they make their entrance a little later on prior to the heavyweight championship fight. Navarrete with the jab here, who was first in Detroit training nearly a decade ago, who invited Tyson to come over. That's when Manny Stewart was still in his prime prior to his illness. They spent time together with Sugar Hill Stewart, who now trains Tyson Fury. And when Tyson Fury was searching around saying, I'd like to possibly go in a new direction, it was his cousin Andy Lee, who was watching the Raps there, who said the perfect fit would be to reunite with Kronk. And that is what he did. So Sugar Hill Stewart and Andy Lee will be in the corner of Tyson tonight.
Mark Breland, also a former Kronk fighter.
Yeah, Mark Breland, by the way, a great fighter back in the day, both as an amateur and as a pro. And he has been a critical part of the success of Deontay Wilder, along with his longtime trainer from there in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, J.D.'s. That has been an unbreakable bond for years for Wilder. A body punch comes in from the champion Navarrete. Round number 3 here.
Santisima felt that left hook to the body right there. He took a walk around the park to get a break, and Navarrete noticed it.
Navarrete finding some confidence coming forward here in round number 3. Body punches, he's been able to land 14%. That left hand hit the mark moments ago.
It's hard to know what he's going to do. He shows you one thing, and he does another. You think he's throwing the left, he throws the right. The next thing you know, you're in a shootout with him, and then he's back on the outside using his reach. I love what he's doing. I don't think he gets enough credit for his nuance, for his skill, and for his boxing IQ.
Yeah, and he's throwing these punches at distance. You know, he's not going in real close to throw these uppercuts. He's throwing these uppercuts from far.
And that's really a no-no in the boxing game when you're being taught, but it works for him, and he's perfected it.
Yes, it is. Usually guys come back with a good right hand after a guy throws an uppercut, but you know, it's not easy to hit Navarrete with a right hand.
The combination here at the end of round number 3. Another left hand from Navarrete. Trying to target the right hand, and he does it. To both Top Rank and the PBC, as well as Fox and ESPN, of having great common sense leadership to saying, make this fight. And look at what the embraced response has been by the buying public. That is the live gate number tonight. It will be number 1 in the history of heavyweight boxing live gate in the state of Nevada. Of course, we will get those final numbers in the coming days, but it is going to be north of 17 million just inside the arena alone.
That's great news. Although they broke our record, although they broke my record,
You happy about that?
I'm happy. I'm happy.
Hey, Lennox
it
Lewis,
shows
you are
great promotion and social media.
Lennox, you are connected with history every which way, because your fight against Evander Holyfield that had the record for live gate, that was only the 2nd heavyweight championship rematch in history after a draw. Now comes number 3 in the history of the division tonight.
Let me tell you, records are there to be broken. So there you go.
Well, you had some of the greatest, and we're happy to have you here ringside on our broadcast team. Former undisputed heavyweight champion, who will see the crowning of the guy who will be considered the heavyweight champion tonight, who will remain undefeated between Wilder and Fury. And the wrap on that right hand, Andy Lee, who was monitoring the wrapping of Wilder's right hand for Team Fury.
Whoa.
No objection, and look at Santisima as he comes forward here in round 4 against the world champion Navarrete.
And here you see Navarrete coming in with his combinations. A little bit of off balance when he's throwing that hook. Gets caught with a great left hook by Santim.
Hit him in the neck.
Yeah, hit him in the neck.
There's Santisima coming up. Yeah, he gets him right in the neck and the side of the head.
Clean
So
shot.
by far, the challenger from the Philippines' best moment of the fight.
But it's like I said, he's willing to exchange. He's willing to fight you. He's unafraid, but you have to be right in front of him.
Need a response.
So it's like I said, now you're in a shootout all of a sudden. So you see Navarrete boxing and using his skill, and all of a sudden you're in a shootout. It's hard to get mentally settled when you're facing Navarrete.
Stop. Okay?
It's kind of like a half punch, half push. As he was coming forward that time, and it gets Navarrete's attention at least.
What you see is one guy in Santisima who does one thing well. If he's in place and he has you right there, he throws good shots with both hands. And then you see Navarrete who does multiple things good. I'm going to take the guy who has more tricks up his sleeve and more tools in the toolbox.
Santisima willing to dip and go to the body, but what does he do? He eats more return fire from Navarrete.
And Navarrete is showing these nuances in his skill because he stays busy, Joe. He's an active fighter, so you have no choice but to get better when you're active.
Threw over 85 punches in this round alone, did the champion Navarrete. Inside reporter, and thrilled to have Kate Abdo and Mark Kriegel providing commentary. And our unofficial scorer ringside is Larry Hazard Sr., who has this 39-37 in favor of the champion Navarrete. Rate of Navarrete that has been controlling the action as he lunges ahead with a series of right hands. Turns southpaw for a moment. That is not a knockdown there. But look at the work rate tallied by CompuBox. Navarrete has thrown 375 punches. And now he's landed 120. Opened up that time, and filling the spot was a left hook from the Filipino Santisima, and it doesn't even stop Navarrete at all. He just keeps punching. Wide-ranging right hand, and now Navarrete is on the attack here in round number 5. He is backing up Santisima. Navarrete clubbing, touching him time and again. Left uppercut, right uppercut, body shot comes in.
Look for that left hook to the body. Santisima has taken the headshots pretty well, but the shot he hasn't taken well is the left hook to the liver from Navarrete.
This is great work right here of the volume punching attack and the aggression of Emanuel Navarrete. He is a fan-friendly fighter, and now wrapping up is Santisima.
Santisima is a little bit tired. He needs to really, weather the storm and then come back with a combination of his own.
This has been a dominating 5th round from Emanuel Navarrete.
Santisima is still trying to recover from what happened the last round, so he's not taking advantage of Navarrete taking this part of the round off.
It's a right hand from Navarrete, trying to get over the top there. 450 punches to this point. Santisima just 166. Comes to the inside. Santisima tried to time something, and now Santisima goes to the body, and there's a left hook upstairs from Navarrete.
Navarrete is a veteran. He fights when he wants to fight, and he rests when he wants to rest, but he's even learned how to rest and take a round off.
World with you week in and week out covering boxing. I'm well aware of how you like to be prepared well in advance, Andre Ward. Great to have this conversation driven between the guy who was the heavyweight champion of the world and the guy who retired undefeated as the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Lennox Lewis and Andre Ward. What a dream team we have ringside here tonight with the two of you. Round 7 here, WBO 122-pound championship with Emanuel Navarrete, who has been among the most active world champions in boxing. Overall, he's out-connected Santisima 164-42, including 124 power punches. The best work coming in round number 5 when he had 47 connects. There's a 1-2 from the champ.
Well, this slot on this card, Joe, was not even Navarrete's initially. It was Gilberto Ramirez, and he didn't want it for whatever reason. So Navarrete said, okay, I'll take it. So that's why he's here tonight.
Well, when his phone rings, he always says yes. Now, what's interesting about the future of Navarrete, assuming he defends the title here tonight and gets through this, he has been struggling to make 122 pounds. He struggled this week. When we met with him the other day, he walks into the room. Lennox, I saw your eyes go up. He was chewing on ice cubes. That's all he was eating for about a day and a half, just chewing on ice cubes. This most likely is his final fight at 122 pounds.
Yeah, I believe that. I mean, you got to fight the weight that you're comfortable at. And if he's not comfortable there, if it's hard for him to make weight, go up.
I feel like we've said that the last 3 or 4 fights, Joe, and then he comes out here and puts on a great performance, and then he stretches it one more. That's
the difference is now is his team, his management is saying that, and then you look at the featherweight division and you consider some of the big names there, and a guy who has the frame and can go up 4 pounds, but very attractive fights to be made at 126 pounds for Navarrete.
There's no easy work at 126 for Navarrete, but great matchups, like you said.
Carl Frampton there. Josh Warrington, of course, Shakur Stevenson, who Andre Ward, you co-manage.
Gary Russell,
outstanding fighters as you go to 126 and 130 pounds.
Also a sharp dresser.
Is he ever? Coming to the end of round number 7, and that affords us the opportunity to go up to Brian Kenny and the guys.
Deontay's not thinking about anything but the job at hand. He's actually relaxed and focused. And Tyson Fury has that Ali personality. He's an extrovert. He's a showman. He's enjoying himself. These guys are authentic characters. This is who they are.
Tyson Fury is the ultimate showman. And Deontay Wilder is a fascinating personality. You'll hear that roar of Bomb Squad a little later on. And then, of course, you will see if he can deliver the ultimate bomb, and that is the eraser, the right hand. He has 41 knockouts, the most of any current champion. Pacquiao with 39. Canelo has 36. Here we are in round number 8. Larry Hazard Sr. has it 59-55 in favor of Emanuel Navarrete, looking for another title defense. He has been dominating the action so far, with the exception of round number 4, when we saw Santisima land that left hook to the neck and the side of the head of Navarrete.
Not to take away from this fight, Joe, but the more that this arena starts to fill up, you start to feel the suspense and the anticipation of the main event. It's tangible. You feel it in the air that we have a big mega fight on our hands tonight.
Well, let's add that up the right way there as we include round 7 there and just took a glance at 69-64 with Larry Hazard Sr.'s score there. You're absolutely right, Dre. You can sense it, and you can sense it building all week long. And we will still have the heavyweight title eliminator, and then there's going to be a very special ceremony tonight prior to the main event to celebrate the great legacy of all-time legendary heavyweight champions who are joining us here live ringside. Of course, we have one as our broadcast partner, Lennox Lewis and Andre Ward ringside with us here.
I think Navarrete needs to get back to hitting the body of Santisima. That's when he's had his best success, or at least visibly. He's hurt Santisima with headshots, but the left hooks to the body are that's what's jumped out at me the most, and I think he needs to get back there to try to get this stoppage win tonight.
Well, he also has to watch out for Santisima.
Yeah.
Left hook, especially when he comes in close, because that's the first punch he's throwing.
End of 8.
There's been rumors coming out of, I don't want to say out of Camp Fury, but just swirling about the cut and maybe not training properly because of the cut and having to, let sparring partners only hit the body. He's keeping Deontay Wilder guessing. What you don't know, you have to wonder about. So I think it's a great strategy, and I think it's a good thing for Team Fury.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be able to turn it on and turn it off. And then if you're in there sparring, obviously you're working on certain stuff that you don't want to make the other team aware of. So I understand that completely.
Nothing wrong with what Tyson Fury did for this training camp. I said Navarrete was taking a round off maybe 2 or 3 rounds ago, but I think he's taken off the last 2 or 3 rounds. I think he needs to get back to what was working, the jab, the combinations to the head with the hard shots to the body. Because Santisima has basically conceded to do whatever it is that Navarrete wants to do.
Navarrete, and you haven't noticed, but has turned to southpaw a couple times and threw a right jab and been successful with it.
And he switches from right-handed to left-handed seamlessly.
He does. On the attack, if it's there, he'll take it. He has no problem with making that transition orthodox to southpaw in motion based on how the punches are coming.
It's not by the book, but it works for him.
Santisima's, he's receiving these shots, he's blocking them, but he's not answering. He's not coming back with his own shots, which he should. He's waiting for that perfect time to throw that perfect punch. Sometimes it's not there.
Yes, Santisima's going to have a shot. He's got to let his hands go.
Big night here in Vegas, our first world title fight. We have the heavyweight eliminator and then the big one, Wilder Fury, which means all the celebrities will be coming out. And believe it or not, many have arrived early here to the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Undefeated heavyweights. Something about this mega promotion that really brings us back. You see him going southpaw, so the right hand is now his lead jab hand. As he turns southpaw, goes back to orthodox, of course, and gets a combination. But he has been switching stances a bit here.
Yeah,
and now a combination on the inside. And you can see the tape is actually loose on Santisima. Some good work here in round number 10 by Navarrete.
He needs to finish to the body. Headshots are good, but he needs to finish downstairs with that left hook to the body, just like that.
Look at this attack by Navarrete, and every so often Santisima is trying to place a punch between punches, but it has been a tidal wave of offense here in round number 10 all of a sudden from Navarrete.
And I say that because Santisima can take a good headshot. Sometimes guys can take it to the head all night long, but sometimes they can't take it to the body. The only shot that Santisima reacts from is the left hook to the liver.
You're right, and you know it's affected him. It's affected him in the way that he's, you know, he wants to hold right now because
he
he's
covers
tired.
up every time.
Yeah.
That was a desperate right hand from Santisima right there.
That was a big 10th round from Navarrete.
How does it feel? It's a nuisance. It's annoying. You want everything to be right when you're in a boxing ring. So to feel a wrap loose, and again, I've never heard of this. I normally hear about a wrap being too tight, but either way, it's something that's not right. It's annoying, and find a way around it. Good body shot right there from Santisima.
There have been times where Santisima has found just enough of a crevice between punches, and now he tries to come over the top with the right hand, just missed there. That was blocked away from Navarrete. Santisima willing here in round number 11. And look at Navarrete now with his elbow up on the top rope before he comes out at the Filipino challenger.
That left hook a few seconds ago hurt Santisima.
Yeah, he's still squinting from it.
And Navarrete sees Santisima affected. You can tell.
Yeah.
And there's a headshot. Santisima, he is compromised here in round number 11. Navarrete on the charge, trying to place a short uppercut on the inside. Combination punching upstairs. Uppercut, body shot came in with a left hand. Runs to him to close the gap. Can he close the show here in style? Round number 11, trying to defend his title one more time. Santisima's so game. He actually ducked through the blue and white rope for a moment there. Strafing attack to the head, coming down and wrapping up the Santisima, but he can't hold back from the Mexican world champion.
And the referee is very close to the.
And now tying up so awkwardly that he throws Navarrete into that top rope. Clearly damaged is Santisima. Can Navarrete finish things off here in round number 11? Russell Morris giving it a look. There it is. TKO victory. Emanuel Navarrete.
That's discouraging. That drains you.
And then the end of the fight, Lennox.
Yeah. Navarrete it's just a volume of punches.
Featherweight champion of the world. Well, El Vaquero Navarrete.